Hello and welcome to Witchy Wellness Radio. I'm your host, Lauren Chalantani, women's holistic health coach and fellow recovering perfectionist. This podcast was created to show you that your body is not in the way, it is actually leading your way. Hello, welcome back to Witchy Wellness. You are listening to episode 150. Strong Soul, Strong Body with Kristie Taulman, where we talk all things practical and logical and easy with fitness, eating, exercise, and everything in between. I wanted to take a second to ask you guys, have you listened to episode 148, A Year in Review, one of my weekly inspirational episodes? Just like in your business, your life, we need to take time to review and ask, where did we grow? Where did we come up against ourselves? And where do we want to go next year? And how can we let go of the things that were holding us back from changing this year? So you might want to get out a pen and paper out and make sure to pause the audio as we go along. Or maybe you just listen to the whole thing straight through and just absorb and listen and hear what you need to take away. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you had a magical year. And maybe you did, maybe you didn't, but maybe you realized you do need help changing, that you keep hitting your head against the wall in certain areas of your life, which makes you feel like you have more overwhelm or more anxiety about the things that you want to change. And between now and the end of the week, I'm offering 40% off my signature course, Anxious to Aligned, which helps walk you through how to literally rewire your brain. And when you come up against yourself, what do we do? And the science behind change. To learn more about this course, head over to Anxious to Aligned, and there's a link in the show notes. But make sure to get your course by this Friday, December 3rd, for 40% off. It's never too late for 2021, and it's never too early for next year to start your change now. You don't have to wait for a new year to do so. And without further ado, please enjoy episode 150, Strong Soul, Strong Body with Kristie Taulman. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Witchy Wellness Radio. Again, I am your host, Lauren, and this is the show you learn how your body and emotions are not in the way, but actually leading the way. And today we have the wonderful Kristie Taulman on here to talk all things healthy habits and fitness. Kristie is here to give women genuine advice and tangible, simple to follow tools to live healthier and fuller lives. The most important thing she's learned over the years is that health and wellness isn't just eating right and exercise. It's so much more. Nurturing our body, minds, and souls to live healthier and fuller lives. Kristie helps people build their own cornerstone to healthy living in her online courses and personal trainings, which she offers 12-week one-on-one program for healthy habits and individual fitness coaching. Welcome to the show, Kristie.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. I love having people on here that I know. It's just like conversation with like a good old friend. So
yeah, it's so awesome. I'm so happy where we met and just the women that we've met through that little group is just amazing.
Yeah, it's very helpful. Speaking of healthy habits, to surround yourself with people that are like-minded, that have big goals like you do, to help support you and hold you accountable.
Yes. Setting yourself up in the right environment is essential. So that's kind of how I look at the online world that we are a part of. So
yeah, and the listeners are too. You guys are tuning in here, so we're all super connected to all of this. I'd love to hear your backstory of how you got into the work that you do today. I love hearing people's transformational and hero or heroine's journey because it makes us realize, oh, I can relate to where I'm there now, or I might be at this part in the journey, and that the transformation, the process every single day of the habits is where that transformation comes from. It doesn't happen overnight. And I like people to realize that.
Yes, absolutely. It does not happen overnight. So my story, I grew up probably like most of you, and my snack was chips and dip. That was my thing. Chips still, I got it. Mountain Dew, Reese cups. Oh, Man. So I kind of grew up in just like not very healthy foods, meat, potatoes, that was our style. And as I got older, that it wasn't really ever introduced to me quite yet until probably about 2014. So I will back up a little bit. And in 2010, I was 19 and I had my first daughter. So very, very young. And I still was, living on bagel bites, Mountain Dew, like not anything healthy. And then I lost my fiance in a car accident. And that was Emily, my daughter's dad. And so grief and anxiety is kind of what led me into finding this world of health and fitness. So in 2014, it was finally suggested to me that I go to the gym, go work out. And it's just really interesting because that it was nobody ever said to me like, hey, let's go to the gym, let's work out, like the benefits of that. So in 2014, I started working out, started lifting weights, and I've always been a smaller frame, and I started like seeing muscle on my body. It was wild, but the physical changes were great, but I started having more energy. I started having a clearer mind. I was really struggling with anxiety. I was constantly worrying about, my now husband. I got married in 2013, worried that he was going to be in a car accident, or my children. We have a blended family. I would have all these irrational thoughts to the point of I actually stopped driving for an entire year in 2014. So it took that long for grief to show up in a very anxious way because I had kind of buried it. And so it was just coming out and I couldn't control it. And I was just living like on edge all the time. And so I found this calming place by lifting weights. And that's kind of my specialty. I to this day with my clients, we don't do a whole lot of cardio. It is more strength training. But it was the mental benefits like that. If it's just amazing what that can do for your mind, for your heart, for your soul. So that's how I started to get healthy. And then I was like, oh, lifting weights is great. Why don't I try eating better? And then in 2016, I decided to get certified and became a certified personal trainer and nutrition specialist through National Academy of Sports Medicine. Immediately started training women. I worked full time and I was training women at night. After work, like whenever I could, I just loved it so much. And I loved watching their transformation. And then I transitioned to online in 2018, I think. I don't remember, but and I couldn't quite keep up. I was still working full time and was trying to do the online training. But there was still something inside of me that I needed to work on. And I realized, I would get healthy and then I would like fall back and I would feel really good, get back into it. And then I would fall back. And I just was really struggling with that because I was trying to teach women to get healthy through working out. And I was feeling very, low energy, just all these negative feelings. So the end of last year is when things started transitioning for me. I was about to turn 30 in April this year. And I wanted to be like the best health and shape and fitness that I had been in. And so through just really changing my lifestyle in an easier way, not in a super restrictive overnight type of thing, I developed 5 habits that I did every single day. And that is when everything fell into place. I realized that the reason that I would get healthy and then fall out of being healthy is because I actually didn't have habits. I didn't have a healthy routine. I was just going through the motions. So I developed this healthy routine through 5 habits that made literally all the difference in the world because it was just these simple things that I was doing every day that I could sustain, like that I can sustain for a lifetime. And so that is how I got from being unhealthy to personal training to figuring out that, you could go to the gym every day, but if you don't have a healthy routine, if you don't know how to have habits, then you're going to really struggle with being healthy for a lifetime. So that is now what I teach women. I don't do the fad diets. We don't restrict diets. It's all about easy action and consistent action. So that's where I am today.
Awesome. Yeah, I know for me, it's not going for the home runs all the time. It's the base hits.
Yes,
every single
absolutely.
day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to have the mindset of like, go big or go home. and I would kind of do that with my clients too. And it's like, that really doesn't, it works for a very short time. Like it doesn't work, forever.
Yeah.
And I want to, like, this is supposed to be a lifestyle. It's, and it's supposed to be easy. And so, yeah, I used to have that go big or go home mindset.
Oh yeah. And for me and a lot of women, it leads to a lot of burnout in that cycle, right? Like you were saying, like get healthy and then stop doing everything. And all or nothing.
And then you kind of slide into, depression a little bit. I know that would happen to me. It was always my mental state that would suffer. And I think that's really the key. It's not always about the physical. It is really about how you're feeling on the inside, because again, you could go to the gym every day, but if you don't feel good on the inside, like you're not healthy. So let's get to feeling good on the inside.
I agree. I know in a past life, I'm getting back to it in my own way. I was a gym rat myself, but it was kind of an all or nothing, like 6 days a week.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah. I would lift. So I would lift like a couple days a week, and then I would do cardio. I'd do like interval training. So I would do like sprint for like 30 seconds to a minute, and then I do like a slow jog for the same and do that because I liked it because it was like fast. I didn't have to like run for like an hour.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to do cardio, you might as well do HIIT because you can get in and get out a lot quicker. But yeah.
Yeah. But, now at my own pace, like I just do things. I like lifting, but I do things that make me happy. But I also like that challenge. And for me, it was so much of like the physical thing before. Mm-hmm. And so it was a little hard for me to get back to the gym and lifting because I've grown so much internally that I was like almost scared, not because I'm like, I don't want to regress my own personal, because I think lifting weights for a lot of women, no matter where you are on your own healthy journey, can be intimidating.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. It really can be. And I think that's why I like to teach it, because it is not just for the boys, that's for sure. But it can definitely be intimidating. I had never lifted weights until, like 2014. And it is just, I love teaching. I love women to go from like not having stepped foot in a gym to like throwing weights around. It's just so awesome to see. I love that.
And like you said, like what kind of transformation do you obviously externally, but could you talk about the internal transformation too for yourself, but also, for potential and current clients that you've had?
Yeah, absolutely. So the internal transformation is really what kept me going probably for, especially through all the back and forth, but it has been such a way to control my anxiety, to control my depression and my grief. If you're somebody that lives with grief, it is really something that you live with forever. I think I was looking for like an end date, like when am I not going to feel like this anymore? It is really something that stays with you for forever. But learning to, I don't want to say control it, but there's just, how do I say this? Give me a second.
Well, like it's almost like a release valve. Like I think when I move my body, I'm moving energy around, I'm moving emotions around. It shakes up the stagnant stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously we know like how the chemicals change, and I'm not going to go into all the sciencey things, but it is just, it gives you something to focus on too. You know, like I need a task to focus on. But it literally can help control anxiety and depression. And I've seen that with a lot of women. And especially with, low self-esteem as well. That's something that so many women struggle with. And just going to the gym or doing workouts at home too, moving your body. And I really, one of my cornerstone habits is moving intentionally for 20 minutes a day. Like you don't need to do it for an hour. You don't need to run an hour. You don't need to be to the gym an hour all the time. It's just moving your body 20 minutes a day literally can make women feel so good about themselves. They're accomplishing something, right? Like we like to like check something off our to-do list, but it just helps calm you, and you leave the gym or your home workout feeling energized, feeling refreshed and clear-minded. That's another thing that has helped kind of push through brain fog is getting some sweat, moving your body, like you said, that energy release. So it is just the mental benefits of working out are just far exceed the physical benefits, in my opinion.
I completely agree. And I'm the same way. I have a thinner natural frame, and I kind of call my arms, I lovingly call them gangly. But when I start lifting or working out, I see that muscle and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, it makes you proud because you see that change that you created.
Yeah, it's exciting. And it's also, I mean, for, the future, like, when I'm 60,
yeah,
it is good to have that foundation of your body, like the muscle, the balance. I really, especially for women, focus on that balance, through your upper body, because we're going to age and those things are super important to have. And yeah, there's nothing better than like surprising people with like little biceps.
Yeah, some little Michelle Obama arms, as I like to call them. Like she has I've never had a crush on like a girl's arms, but she's got ideal arms.
And I don't know what she does. I wonder if she just lifts weights or if she like does boxing. I like to do boxing too. So I'm not sure what she does. But.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there are plenty of speculations if you just Google it. I might have to go through a Google tangent later today.
Yeah.
Well, I know so many of us like have specific health goals, but also just want to get healthy in general.
Yeah.
How do you help people with both? How do you approach it?
Yeah, absolutely. So that is kind of my main goal with women is I just want to bring in as many women and just help teach them to nourish their mind, body, and soul. And because, like I said, working out is a big part of it, but you have to get, your heart and soul happy. And so just building a healthy lifestyle, a healthy routine. So my course that I offer, I kind of go through that. I give you a simple 5-step framework. And this is just simply, you can go through this in 1 hour and learn how to just start today living a healthier and fuller life. And it's very easy things, but it's just not something that we're thinking about or that we're doing every day. And there's material in the course that can keep you on track. And then my one-on-one program takes it a step further. The course is still there with the 5 steps. And I will talk a little bit about those. But the one-on-one is just really where like I go deep with so much love and experience and knowledge. I've been doing this since 2016. I've worked with nearly 100 women in my spare time. And so I've seen a few things. And, we really focus on your lifestyle, your needs. And if you just simply want to start living healthier, there are 5 things you can do. And number 1 is just the 20-minute movement I talked about. Another one is hydration. So I have a Facebook group actually, and we do challenges every month. And this month we're doing a hydration challenge. So like trying to get 100 ounces of water every day. But it is so essential to drink water. I mean, I say this to my girls all the time. You're always losing it. You got to replenish it. So hydration is really a big one. And the next one is it's more of a mind shift. And so we talk about food. One second. Think of your food as fuel. So when you go to eat your meal or prepare your meal and look at it and just think, is this going to fuel me, or am I going to be running out of steam, in a couple hours? And so many times I find women are actually not eating enough. And we don't track calories. That's not, we don't do like the whole really strict type of diet, but we go into like, what are you eating and how is it making you feel? Because more than likely you're not eating enough, and people like, that is wild. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but it is mostly like you're just not eating enough. So those are like the 3 core pieces to the cornerstone habits. And again, it's all in the course. And if you have a specific health goal, it takes you into how you can use these 5 steps for your goal. Another one that is really big and made a huge impact in my life is expand your mind. So I do this through reading every single night or every day, however it fits. And I do talk about time in the course. So I just want to pause really quick and tell you that I know you don't have time, but I go through like where you can fit these in. And these 5 things actually take up an hour of your time. I tallied it up, so we can find an hour. But the expand your mind piece is just reading a self-development book. And that is, kind of like what we talked about putting in the beginning, like putting yourself in that environment. You are like the 5 people that you spend your most time with. So like, why not spend it in a, self-development book of an author that has been there, been where you want to go? I look up to the people that are living the life that I want. And so that is a huge part of it. And then we feed our souls, and we do that through gratitude. So I take you through where you do like three gratitude pieces a day. And, can be morning, can be night, can be multiple times, but you can just say it out loud or you can write it. I find writing it is a really great way to kind of put it out into the universe. And then you can revisit it too, 6 months and be like, oh, wow, So that's kind of like just a really quick glimpse of what the course is. And then, just doing those 5 things every day can really, and it's the consistency of doing it every day can literally change your life. So.
Yeah, the consistency is key for sure. Yeah. It's showing up, even if it's baby steps every single day. And I know, myself included, extra accountability is very helpful when I'm trying to make a change.
Yes.
Either I've failed or not failed, I've struggled with in the past, or I haven't done before.
Absolutely.
Which leads me to my next question. Who would be better fit for maybe personal training, the 101, or just the e-course? So I'm assuming that the 101 training, it has more accountability versus the online course. Which would be better for what type of woman? Which one should you choose?
I absolutely love that question. So definitely, if you are on the fence, I think the course gives you a really good kind of bite-sized view of what I would be doing one-on-one. And it's obviously at a lower rate. And then you would get a discount if you chose the to work with me one-on-one. But the course really, it's not even if you want to start a workout program, it is just if you need a change, especially with New Year's coming up, if you want to start the year off on the right foot, just to establish control. If you are living, the days are flying by in a blur. You're in chaos all the time and you just want to feel calm. You want to feel in charge of your day. This course would be perfect for that. That's really what it is. It's not necessarily, fitness as much as it's just getting back control of your life, getting back control of your day. So it's really for the woman that's looking for that kind of lifestyle, especially just to create a healthy foundation. That's kind of what I think of it as. And I kind of show in the course like these pillars and building block on how it's really just your strong foundation. If down the road you want to run a 5K, that's awesome. Use these 5 habits because you will be able to get to that point by starting here. And then, for the one-on-one is definitely for the woman that really wants to, they want that healthy lifestyle. They want to get fit. They are tired of, the extra weight that they can't lose, that they've tried the yo-yo diets. And they, whether you're experienced in the gym or not, if you have dumbbells, you can do the workouts. So the one-on-one does provide personalized workouts, because, you can find workouts anywhere and that is absolutely fine. But you need a workout program that's progressive and that is tailored to you. And we do, I do a session where I can check your form because I know that's a big one, like for injuries and things like that. So this is for the woman that really is ready to lose the weight, gain some energy, gain some confidence. Again, take back control of their life because you're also going to be going through the course, the healthy lifestyle course. You will have access to that. You will go through that and we will dive super deep into that and get crystal clear on your specific health goal. So did that answer your question?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. I kind of rambled.
No, that's why you're here. That's why you're here. My next question is about, you get to your own kind of routine and you feel like you kind of plateau.
Oh yeah.
Whether that's self-sabotaging or maybe you are really good with your healthy habits every day, but you just feel like you hit this plateau on a wall.
Yeah.
I know you have an ebook on this, but what's some advice somebody could do?
Yes, I do have an ebook on this. So a lot of times I see women plateau, and part of it is there are 10 different things you can do. And that ebook, I will share that. But there are a couple of things that we'll touch on. One is changing your workout. So when you have a personalized workout program, that really helps prevent those plateaus. And plateaus are going to happen. Your body it adapts. It is a machine and it adapts very quickly, which is awesome, is what we want. And I don't necessarily believe, you're not supposed to change your workout every single week. You can't see your progression that way. But if you're plateauing, it is likely that you are doing the same thing, that you aren't pushing your limits, that you're not challenging yourself. And that is something that we could totally work on. But if you go through this and you're at a place of plateau, or that's where you're at now, just simply if you're lifting weights in the gym, try a boxing class, or try a yoga class or Pilates. Just doing a small tweak in the gym can really help, can help break out of that plateau. Of course, looking at what you're eating, that's always a big one. And I do go over food guide. I give you food guidance and education. But a lot of times when you're plateauing, are you being completely honest about, what you're eating? If you're eating enough, that is, you have to eat enough to fuel yourself, but to fuel that workout. Because your body is going to store, if it thinks that it's running out, it's going to hold on to fat and it's going to store fat. So those are just a few pieces that I suggest for a plateau. And the number one is just that little tweak in the gym of make it fun. Try something else. And boxing, I try to do that.
I feel like boxing would be a good, like, therapeutic workout.
Yes. Yes. My husband bought me a heavy boxing bag last Christmas. And, the joke was like putting his picture on. I haven't done that yet.
All right. Well, that's good. That's good. That means it's working then. So for somebody who might be completely new to fitness, maybe has dabbled in like healthy eating, what it can be overwhelming, for health coaching people for years. It's like, where do I start? There's so many things. And we know there's a new fad diet or workout every day. Where's a good place for somebody to start their own wellness journey?
Absolutely. That is an awesome question. I'm going to tell you my course because that is kind of what is designed for, is literally anybody in their life. This is made for women, but anybody in their life doing these 5 things, kind of going back to the basic. This is a great starting point because it is simply, one of the pieces, moving 20 minutes a day. That can be 10 minutes in the morning, can be 10 minutes in the afternoon. But that's why I love this course so much, because it is for the person that is just overwhelmed by all the information. And, I did a first version of this course, and I really wanted it to be, I kind of left it open, like, for you to take your goal and to make it work. But this, I've just transitioned it to, like, you do these 5 things. Like, that is what you do. That's how you get a healthy routine, is doing these 5 habits. So anybody that is starting out, it takes out all of the noise, all the nonsense, and we just get straight to the point. And it's, you do these 5 things every day, 30 days. Let me know how it's going, because I think you will be amazed.
Yeah, I think having an online course like that, or even, like you said, reading self-development books, when you're learning something new, looking for somebody who's already done what you want to do, who's speaking to you. Like you told me that you recorded everything, and it's going to be under an hour, this course of videos. And that's awesome, because so many women we work full time, we have families, we try to take care of ourselves, we don't have time.
No. Yeah. Time. I mean, it is. Yeah. We live in just a world that, we're busy. We have to be busy, like even when we shouldn't be busy, we think we have to be busy. And that's why, so the first version of this, like, I was like, oh, it'll probably be 30 minutes. It was an hour and a half. I don't know how it got that long. And I'm very proud of it, but it's like, no, this is, I don't have time to sit necessarily and go through a course that is an hour and a half. So this, I really wanted to keep it an hour and under. And you could take, go through the first piece and, break it down in a couple of days. But I also wanted it to be like, you can digest this quickly and put it to use just as soon as you digest it. So so the time issue, is huge, because we just don't have time. And while it is a video, you can listen to it. And I also have like a course workbook. So there are kind of different ways that, if you need to like listen to it while you're in the car, and then you have the workbook later that you can come back to and kind of fill in, or just to have that material with you. But yeah, the time issue that's why I just, I ramble. So I had to really strive to get that hour.
I mean, I don't know how you did it. I was just thinking, I probably need a short little masterclass, because my course is kind of a big mama. And I mean, in a good way. I cut it up for like little, each video is under 10, 15 minutes long, but you get passionate. You want to help, you want to teach.
So it is an hour, but there are bonuses.
Oh, please tell us more.
So so that's kind of how I slimmed it down, so there is actually like a mindset bonus. And that was a large part of the first course. And it is super important. But again, I wanted this to be, somebody who was just like, I want to start a healthy lifestyle. So boom, do this, digest it. You can start it now. But if you want to go a little bit further and go into some mindset work, there is a bonus lesson on that. So those are extra little pieces. So yeah, so there's kind of going into your mindset. I call them barriers, and that's just the things that have held you back. If you are somebody that has struggled with reaching your goals, or, you just kind of go through that hamster wheel of, I'm a failure, I'm not good enough, I'm this, I'm that. It is a mindset barrier, and we can break through that. I go through a really powerful eviction notice to get those negative thoughts like out of your system, out of your brain. And if that has happened to you and it's been somebody that has put that on you, like, I just want to say that if somebody has ever made you feel that way and made you feel like a failure, or that you could never lose the weight, or that you're lazy, or you're this or that, it was always way more about them than it ever was about you. So it's time for you to just get all of that out of your system. And so that's kind of the little bonus piece that I go into, is getting rid of those things that have held us back because they don't serve us and we don't need them. So we just evict them. So
yeah, say goodbye and talk about feeling lighter. I mean, when you do that emotional work,
yeah,
a lot of times it helps you physically get to your health and wellness goals as well. It amazes me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's, working with women, and you've probably seen this too. There is a lot of times something holding us back. We'll go so far, but there's something that is holding us back. And it's important, for me, it was my grief. I had sheltered it for so long. I just put it in a nice little box and I buried it, and I didn't have to see it. But you need to deal with it. You need to uncover those things, find out why you have them, and then get rid of them. And yeah, so this little like eviction notice is really powerful, because while it's easy to say like to get rid of them, those things do come back, right? So they pop back up. So just being kind of prepared for that, and knowing how to shift them out. And we do some self-affirmations, and I have a little self-affirmation journal for you. So those are just little bonuses.
Powerful packed bonuses nonetheless.
Yeah.
But I just looked at the time, Kristie. Thank you so much for coming on. I don't know if you can believe it. It's time to start to wrap up the show. Was there anything else that you wanted to talk about or cover before we start to close the show today?
No, I don't think so. I'm just, I appreciate you having me and all my rambling and nervousness. And
oh my goodness, you did great. You did great. Well,
thank you very much.
We close the show every single week the same way, by saying thank you for showing up for us today, for showing up for yourself and so many other amazing women that you help. And how may we, the listeners, as an act of gratitude, be of service for you in return today?
I love that. That's so awesome. So just find me on Instagram at A Strong Soul Wellness, and just like come say hi, pop in my DMs and say hi. I love to meet women, and just we can talk all things health and wellness and fitness. And so come say hi. Yeah,
I like following Kristie. She always posts fun and inspirational and motivational things and easy things. Yes. Practical things. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Kristie, for coming on. It was so fun chatting with you today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And remember, open up, surrender, trust, and let your body lead the way.